Let's bow our heads. God, we just thank you for this time, God. We thank you for the graduates on today, God, as you have seen them through this far, God, to bless them to be on this day of graduation, God. We just ask you to continue to be with them, God, even as their families are here. God, we just ask you to come into this service, God, and be a part of what we have today. And God, we just give you all the honor and the glory, God. We praise you right now in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Fall 2014 graduation. Before we begin, please silence all cell phones. I am Dr. Vanessa Davis Warner, Dean of Academic Affairs. We would like to welcome you to our Brown Mackie College Salina Fall 2014 commencement exercise. This afternoon, we're celebrating the graduates of our first 4 bachelor's degree program. We also are celebrating 51 associate degree candidates, 12 candidates for the diploma, and finally, 19 candidates for certificates. This is truly a momentous occasion for the faculty, the staff, the administration, and of course, our graduates, their families and friends. I would like to recognize the faculty, the staff, and the administrators who have had the privilege of working with and instructing our students. Additionally, we would like to congratulate the parents, the husbands, the boyfriends, the girlfriends, the sisters, the brothers, the children, and all of the supporters who made this day a reality for our students. Graduates, Colin Powell said, and I quote, "Success is the result of perfection, hard work, learning from failure, loyalty, and persistence." Today, graduates, we salute you. Again, welcome guests, and congratulations to our graduates.
Good afternoon, graduates, family, and friends. Today, I am pleased to introduce our first speaker. Dr. Randall Russ has a bachelor's, master's, and a PhD, all in the area of interior design. He went to Texas Tech University in 1996 and taught there for 10 years. During that time, he served as associate chair for the graduate programs, acting chair, and eventually the department chair for the new Department of Design when the college reorganized. In 2006, he returned to Oklahoma State University, where he had received his master's and his PhD. This occurred when his father passed away in 2005, and then he felt a need to be a little bit closer to home. He was at Oklahoma State University from 2006 to 2013. He served as interim department chair from 2008 to 2010. In May of 2003, he moved back to Wichita, where he is currently employed with Bishop Carroll Catholic High School. Please help me welcome Dr. Randall Russ.
Judy, thank you for that kind introduction. I want to welcome also all the graduates, family, friends, ladies and gentlemen who are here today. This is truly a great day to celebrate Brown Mackie College. I've been asked to serve as the graduation speaker for today. I've given speeches and lectures, nothing quite like this, so we'll see how this goes. And in 10 years' time, when you don't remember who the speaker was, you're not going to hurt my feelings at all. I've been through 3 of these, and I couldn't answer any one of the 3 of them. I am going to tell a story about someone who once attended Brown Mackie and received a degree in 1958. Graduation ceremonies weren't held then. Also to tell how that degree shaped his life, his family's desire to set up a scholarship in his name, and what that means to us as a family. But before I begin, I want to make some major introductions of key individuals in this story. The first person I'd like to introduce is my mother, Donna Russ. My brother Steve, who's a Baptist minister, was unable to be here due to a previous conflict. My sister, Dr. Lori Mitchell. She is a lead veterinarian at Chisholm Trail Animal Hospital in Park City, Kansas. And then one of my dad's brothers and his wife, Bob Russ and Bonnie, if you'll stand please, were able to be here also. There was the possibility of two cousins, Suzanne Ketter-Benish and Kathleen Ketter-Depperschmidt. There was going to be a quiz. Thankfully, they're not here, so you all have been spared. My dad was born in 1933. He was the oldest of 6 children near Norton, Kansas, where the family farm was located. Dad would have loved nothing more than to be a farmer, but this was the time of the Great Depression, and that future for him just wasn't meant to be. Often meat on the table for the family was squirrel or some other game. My dad could build anything, and oftentimes had to since money was scarce. He built all sorts of toy cars, toy farm machinery, and his younger sister, by 5 years, would play with these items and upset him. So he wasn't very happy with her. Dad attended Edmond High School, a class of 8 students, and played on the high school's basketball team. The family only had a team of horses and a wagon, and so my grandfather would pick him up after basketball practice. Because there was no car, my dad did not date in high school. After he graduated high school, he decided to enlist in the Marine Corps. The 2 proudest things he always said in his life is being a Marine, my understanding is it's always present tense, and his degree at Brown Mackie College. He completed boot camp at Barstow, California, and then served in the Korean War. He never spoke much about his time while he was over there. When he returned to the States, the GI Bill was available for veterans to obtain a degree in college. Dad had thought about Fort Hays State, a 4-year school. However, he decided on Brown Mackie in Salina since his sister was enrolled here. Now, my mother's family always believed in paying it forward. And so my mother's sister attended a business college in Denver. She lived in a home for room and board. Once she had completed her degree, she helped my mom with expenses to attend Brown Mackie and complete her secretarial courses. Mom also lived in a house where she worked for room and board. Once both of them were employed, they helped send money to my uncle at K-State to help him complete his veterinary degree there. When my mother graduated from Brown Mackie, she was asked to stay on as main secretary. And so my dad had made the decision to attend Brown Mackie College and drove to Salina with his future brother-in-law. There's a very iconic photo over on the table against the wall. I hope many of you have the opportunity to see. It's actually my mother enrolling my dad in courses back in, I think, 1956, sometime then. He was very military and very formal. All he would say is yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. Drove my mother crazy. When my dad left, he told his future brother-in-law, I'm going to date that secretary. And Mom told Mrs. Carlson, who was the administrative assistant to Mr. Mackie himself, I'm going to date that Marine. The first date happened 1 month later. Dad drove a city bus at night to help pay expenses for his schooling. So Mom would pack his dinner, so to speak, in a brown paper bag, and he would pick her up on a particular street corner. She would also help do some of his laundry to help with expenses. Scandalized my grandmother. They weren't even engaged. But Mom always sat behind Dad in the passenger seat and would often reach over his shoulder for a stick of gum in his shirt pocket. One late June evening, she reached over and there was an engagement ring box. So she finished his route with him. They drove to the Salina City Park where he proposed. He graduated in 1958 with a 12-month degree in business administration, cash accounting, and auditing. Also, he had a separate certificate for completing the college accounting 1 and 2, and then went to work for Kennedy & Co., an accounting firm here in Salina. Perhaps many of you are familiar with them. Later, he was hired by Sellers Tractor Company here in Salina as an accountant, and eventually was transferred to Wichita to become general manager and president of that Wichita branch, along with regional branch offices. Later, in 1980, the CEO of Sellers had 3 sons who were growing up and wanted in the business. So my dad was employed at Fruhoff Band Uniforms. They do many of the band uniforms for the Big 12. And so he said he had to move from nuts and bolts to the idea of cloth, thread, and sewing machines. In 1998, my parents retired. In 2001, my dad was diagnosed with kidney cancer. Only 1 in 4 survive year 1. He survived 4.5 years. The last 10 months, he was paralyzed from a tumor at the top of his spine, so he was bedridden at that time. My mom cared for him the entire time, those 4.5 years. I was at Lubbock at the time teaching, and that's a long 8-hour drive between Wichita and here. So I would try to come home every chance I had to try to help alleviate some of the pressure on Mom. Towards the end, I wondered, how could we honor this man's life? And of course, at universities, scholarships are very prevalent. And I thought, what about creating a scholarship at Brown Mackie in his name so that we help other accounting students down the road? So I will never forget that time when I came home. I sat next to him in the hospital bed in the living room. We had our happy hour. He certainly wasn't going to be driving anywhere. And he could only sip. He couldn't use his hands, so he would sip from a straw. So at some point he would say, "Son, I think there's a hole in the bottom of that glass," meaning it was time for a refill. But I told him about the idea to create this scholarship in his name, and I'll never forget the look on his face that it was possible we could do that. His wish was for that to happen. Mom and I worked with Brown Mackie and the EDMC Foundation to create the Ronald R. Russ Memorial Scholarship Fund. At Dad's funerals, individuals had the opportunity to make donations either to Harry Hines Hospice or to his scholarship. From that time forward, the scholarship has been entirely family funded. Some individuals choose to do an end-of-year contribution for tax purposes. Others of us choose to do a monthly contribution to keep it going. But the scholarship itself consists of a student applicant who has 36 quarter hours in accounting or business management, be in good academic standing, demonstrate financial need, and also includes a written essay, which gives us just a small snapshot of their struggle towards attaining their degree. We have always had very worthy candidates for the scholarship, and it makes it that much more difficult for us at times to decide on who that recipient will be. So a day such as today, where we are able to award the scholarship, is very special to us. Dad provided for us very well. He did a lot with his degree. We want to see others achieve their dreams also. So hopefully by paying it forward, we are going to be able to help set someone else on their path to success. Thank you.
Thank you, Randall. The next speaker tonight is one of our graduates from the bachelor's program. She graduated as an associate's degree graduate in 2006 with a 4.0 from Brown Mackie. And she was so excited for us to have this bachelor's degree. She begged us, even before we went and had it approved with the Higher Learning Commission in the state. And so, of course, who was the first person to enroll in our bachelor's program? It was Ramona. And so I am very pleased to have Ramona as one of our first bachelor degree graduates. And it's also very special to my heart because I want to say found Ramona. She was in the downtown building where we used to have old brown Mackie. We were going through our old chairs and desks, and she was going through to see what maybe her church needed. And so I just stopped and talked to her and said, "So what are you doing?" And she gave me a little bit of her story, and I said, "Well, what about your education? What are you going to do for your career? Just come in and talk to us." And, within probably a couple of days, it couldn't have been more than 2 days, she was in talking to one of our admissions representatives. And so I find it very heartfelt that I'm able to introduce this speaker, and I'm very proud to call her one of our own. So Ramona Newsom.
Okay, first of the tissues, because this is going to be, I thought I could be very composed, and I only have 20 pages, so it won't take very long. Dr. Holmes, Dr. Warner, Dr. Randall Russ, faculty, staff, family, friends, and fellow graduates. We, the fall class of 2004, are so thankful that you have chosen to share this momentous occasion with us. We salute and applaud you for sacrificing your time, not complaining while we studied with the light on all night while you tried to sleep, helping with the children while we were at school, and most of all, encouraging us when we wanted to just give up, and you said, "Hang in there, you can do this." So thank you. But it seems like such an insignificant word for the gratitude that we feel today. We never would have made it without your love, support, and prayers. So this is as much your graduation as it is ours. So today is the first day of the rest of your life. This isn't just the ending, this is the beginning. Be true to yourself. Follow your dreams. Well, those are a few of the many phrases that we hear at graduation ceremonies. And in May of this year, Wired.com contributing editor Kathleen Palmer created a graduation speech bingo card, which included many of these and several other phrases. And yes, there is a reference page attached because this is in APA format, and I've got all my references identified. So, I learned. Although they are very true and enlightening phrases, it seems that more often than not, anymore attendees just kind of become numb to those phrases and how powerful they are. But I'm confident that's not the case today. Fellow graduates, whether it was 1, 2, or in Cleo's case, 4 years ago, we all entered the doors at 2106 South 9th Street and embarked on an incredible expedition. You thought I was gonna say journey, didn't you? That is I too on the phrase bingo card, so I didn't want to use that. Besides, I actually discovered that expedition has a much deeper meaning, and it makes it a more aptly fitted term for this occasion. According to Merriam-Webster's online edition, a journey is an act or instance of traveling from one place to another, something suggesting travel or passage from one place to another, such as the journey from youth to maturity. However, an expedition, not the SUV, is a journey, especially by a group of people for a specific purpose, such as to explore a distant place or to do research. or a group of people who travel together to a distant place. Throughout history, expeditions have challenged our limits and what we know about the world. A top 10 post by Lonnie Perry includes the following explorers. At number 8, Charles Darwin. 7, Ferdinand Magellan. 6, Marco Polo. 4, Lewis and Clark. 2, Christopher Columbus. And the number 1 was Neil Armstrong. They paved the way for us to look beyond the obvious and find hidden treasures, to believe that not only can we conquer anything, but the act of discovery is a frightful yet exciting way to get there. These valiant pioneers ventured into uncharted territory and then returned as heroes and made their way into our textbooks. That's what makes our presence here today so much more than a journey. We have traveled together through the trials and storms of many subjects such as college algebra, pharmacology, or organizational behavior. And no disrespect to Mr. Parks or Ms. Roscoe or Ms. DeBay. But we're now headed to the unknown, which is our future. So class of 2014, it is our time to be counted among the heroes. Lindblad Expeditions and the National Geographic hosts many expeditions, and one of their areas of expertise is family and multi-generational travel. That's what we are, a multi-generational family. So for a few moments, what I'd like to do is reflect on our accomplishments in light of and in terms of their goals and commitments for their clients. They offer expeditions that are extraordinary experiences for travelers of all ages. Well, in our quest for an education, some of us have transitioned directly from high school. Others may have taken a few years to pursue a career and then decided to gain additional knowledge and training so that we could better or change that career. Then there are those of us who have overcome many obstacles and endured many years of setbacks and disappointments. Yet the determination to weather the storm and continue to fight brought us all to a campus of learning. We had extraordinary experiences. They offer hands-on learning activities and adventures to share. Well, Mackie College Salina provides state-of-the-art equipment and multifaceted learning opportunities for all disciplines. Nursing and healthcare, veterinary technology, occupational therapy, and criminal justice programs have labs that are second to none. Health and fitness students from the Allied Health Program were subjected to boot camp. And business students receive valuable information and tools through exposure to successful entrepreneurial, civic, and industry leaders. Even the newly established welding program is on track for high-tech learning. We received hands-on learning. They go by small ship, and it's ideal for family travel. You know, tugboats are really small yet very powerful vehicles. Without them, many larger ships could be lost at sea. Having a smaller instructor-to-student ratio provides the opportunity to receive maximum benefit in the classroom. Faculty and staff expend countless hours in an effort to enable every student with a desire and commitment to succeed, a support system to be successful. We are a small, tightly knit family where if the dean does not know your name, which is not always a bad thing, she tries to at least know your face. As you see faculty members in the hall from previous months, they may stop and ask you, how are you doing this month? And then student organization members will invite you eagerly to join their club. We are a small ship. Family travel savings means kids under 18 get $500 off. Randall Russ mentioned scholarships. Scholarships are discounts applied to your education. The Russ family, led by matriarch Mrs. Donna Russ, has a rich and inspiring legacy with Mackie College Salina, which reminds us that humble beginnings may blossom into something extraordinary. Russ family. Russ family, today you are able to witness the result of the seed sown into my life 1 year ago. It is indeed a blessing and an honor to stand before you now and say publicly, thank you. Graduates, we have invested our savings. 12 years ago, I had written a song entitled Choices. The words are as follows. The choice is yours. It's up to you. Throw in the towel or muddle through. You must decide to sink or swim. Make up your mind to lose or win. Choices? Never give up. You have choices. Never give in. You will find that life is sweeter if you take the time and consider all of your choices to do right or wrong. Choices to lead or to follow. Whatever you do, the choice is up to you. So, anyone who knows me and has had me in class can attest to the fact that I'm a rather animated and visual person. So, graduates, reach under your seats and remove the snack bag that you'll find there. All right, so everybody has one? Within the bag, you will find a capsule. Miss Henningsen, they are not pills, but they're, okay. It's a foam capsule. In its present state, it is somewhat insignificant, unnoticed, and might possibly end up in a trash can when this event is over. But if it's dropped in a glass of water, it comes to life and becomes something special. It develops a confidence that says, I have a greater purpose than what you saw in me before. Unfortunately, you won't know what it is until you place it in the water. That's your challenge today. Will you allow yourself to be thrown away? Or do you have the courage to dive into a glass of water and then transform your life? You won't know what you can become until you do. So, fall class of 2014, you've completed one expedition, and I congratulate you. But you can't stop here because there's so much more to you. Those great explorers didn't stop after one victory or one defeat. They were always searching for another chance to make a difference, another chance to go higher, deeper, further, to be a hero. Are you ready to take your place in history? Whatever you do, the choice is up to you. Bon voyage.
Thank you, Ramona. We will now have a special award ceremony. So if Dr. Randall Russ and family would come to the stage. As Dr. Russ had talked about in his speech, the family has started a Ronald Russ Memorial Scholarship. And annually, they award this scholarship to a deserving student. And this is the first time we're combining it with a graduation ceremony, so we think it's a very special occasion.
Ramona was our recipient last year, and so it does not surprise me that she did her speech in APA format. From what we learned about her last year, she was very much the go-getter. We did have 2 applicants this year, both very worthy individuals. We looked at all components of their application, and so unanimously as a family, we came up with one individual. And so it gives the Ronald R. Russ family great pleasure in awarding the 10th annual scholarship award to a very worthy individual, Ms. Bobby Cole. want that to happen. But here's just a memento, and then hopefully you'll get your check. We've never reneged before, so. I would like for you to, if you would.
I'm not a very good public speaker. I don't like it. I took it 3 times and still don't like it. This scholarship, financial aid gave it to me. And I said, oh, why not? It is something, it was what I wrote about was very true, very personal. It made me cry throughout the whole thing. And I guess, I don't know who all read it, but I know it made Nikki cry. and I thank you. This means a lot to me.
Wow, what an emotional few moments here. At this time, I have the privilege of introducing our program chairs to present our graduates. So if we could get ready for the presentation of our graduates. Program chairs. The candidates, the first program chair we'd like to introduce is Lisa Dunn, Allied Health.
I would like to introduce and congratulate all my graduates, but first of all, come on up, Ms. Cleona. A special congratulations goes out to Ms. Cleona Dooley. She is our very first graduate with a bachelor's degree in healthcare management from Brown Mackie College, Salina. Congratulations, Cleona. Next, I want to recognize Amy Fletcher with an associate's degree with honors, medical assisting. Roxanne Stack, associate's degree, medical assisting with honors. Congratulations, Roxanne. Nicole Will, Healthcare Administration, Associate's degree with honors. Congratulations, Nicole. Miss Melissa Armour, Fitness Trainer Extraordinaire Diploma. Congratulations, Melissa. Miss Emily Douglas, Diploma as a Medical Assistant. Congratulations. Martha Guerrero, Medical Assistant Diploma. Congratulations, Martha. Miss Michelle Jones, Medical Assistant, Diploma. You did it, girl. Yes, you can have a hug. Miss Priscilla Perez, Medical Assistant, Diploma with honors. Congratulations to all of my Allied Health graduates.
Next, I would like to present Ms. Jones Sotis, Occupational Therapy Assistant Program.
Good morning, everyone. Kara Gerdo, Occupational Therapy Assistant, Associate Degree with honors. Amanda Kirby, Occupational Therapy Assistant Degree, Associates with honors.
I would like to present to you Dr. Callie Ross, Veterinary Technology.
Miss Brianna Alvarez, Veterinary Associate. Miss Shelby Bohr, Veterinary Associate with honors. Miss Sarah Jennings, Veterinary Associate. Miss Jessamy Linder, Veterinary Associate with honors. Miss Courtney Morrison, Veterinary Associate. Miss Jessica Murray, Veterinary Associate with honors. Miss Kirsten Nottingham, Veterinary Associate with honors. Miss Gabrielle Sano, Veterinary Associate and Women's Softball Team.
I would like to present to you Ms. Linda Henderson, our Nursing Administrator.
Victoria Chikwama, Nursing Associate's Degree. Sheena Daigle, Nursing Associates with honors. Yvonne Flores, Practical Nursing Certificate. Tierhaus Geber Mariam, Nursing Associates. I think so. Courtney Moravak, Nursing Associate's Degree. Michelle Moseman, nursing, associate's degree. Linda Resto, nursing, associate's degree. Sherry Geisler, practical nursing certificate with honors. Bethany Hickman, practical nursing certificate. Carlina Jeffrey, practical nursing certificate with honors. Candace Casting, practical nursing certificate. Benjamin Markin, practical nursing certificate. Kim McBride, practical nursing certificate with honors. Crystal Smith, practical nursing certificate with honors. Jill Walker, practical nursing certificate. And Bethany Winters, practical nursing certificate with honors.
It is my pleasure to introduce you Dr. Phyllis Ross.
It is with great honor that I introduce our first Bachelor's of Business Administration graduates, Dana Baumgartner, with honors, summa cum laude. Praise God. Ramona Newsom, Bachelor of Administration, summa cum laude.
Yes, yes, yes.
Rashay Shippey, Bachelor, Business Administration Bachelor, summa cum laude. Courtney Lilly, Business Management Associates with honors. Doug Stein, Business Management Associate with honors. Keith Blair, Computer-Aided Drafting and Technician Diploma. Vanessa Boyce, Criminal Justice Diploma. Scott Cook, Information Technology Certificate with honors.
President Dr. Holmes, the faculty, the staff, and the academic administration of Brown Mackie College Salina have determined that these graduates have fulfilled the requirements for the degree they seek.
In accordance with the laws of the state of Kansas, it's my pleasure to award these degrees and the rights and privileges associated with them. Graduates, please stand. By the authority given to me by the Kansas Board of Regents and the Brown Mackie Education Corporation, I declare you graduates of Brown Mackie College, Salina. Congratulations. Family and friends are welcome to join the graduates for a reception following the recessional. The reception will be right back here in the corner, but please let all the graduates exit, and then they will come back in for the refreshments. Thank you for attending this year's fall graduation exercises for Brown Mackie College. Thank you.